Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. We're going to continue this ivy cascade well, today we are going to work on the top part, which is supposed to become a informal upright part, and then maybe we'll try to do some basic wiring of the main branches in order to position the main branches and open them up so that the sun can get to the leaves, and it will be beneficial for all the little twigs that we have on these portions. So let's start with the top and then we'll see for the rest. All the parts that I want to use for the top has been bundled apart with this big wire here, which serves no purpose today, of course. It was just to allow me to see what I did not have to include in the other bundles. So as I did yesterday, I'm just going to clean up every part here, and I realized that yesterday it was maybe not easy to see this, but since this is a vertical portion it might be more interesting. So this is obviously one of the biggest trees that I'm going to work with, so all the twigs here I can remove because I want to keep some green on every shoot, because I think that it is better to keep these trees alive. This is also a part of this, so I'm going to clean up all this. And of course always leaving some green on it. So we have another one here. It's quite good. Maybe just this one. And so I'm trying to do that with all the little trunks here. Here we have really, yeah, this is very small. I'm going to remove a few leaves here. Really cold today. That's why I'm inside. Okay, so this is starting to become problematic, because you see tons of little leaves. You cannot see where are the trunks, so I'm just going to plug them away. I cannot even see where they're originating from. This is a small one. Maybe I'll have a better view working from the back now. Okay. Trying to keep an eye on the camera, because it's completely ridiculous when you film something and then you look at the movie afterwards and you see that you've been talking for 10 minutes and there's nothing to see. Here we have a small one. Okay. So of course every time you cut something you must get it out of the little twigs. So this is just the cleanup work. I'm going to finish this and then we'll start putting the trunks together. Okay, here we go. So first of all, I'm going to get them all together. There are very small shoots here that will probably not make it, but I'm going to leave them. If they die, they die. It does not really matter. If they grow, it's good, because they will help the fusion. Now I'm just sorting out all these trunks so they don't cross too much. It's gonna be easier if I get up to see it from above. Yep, I think I have them quite well sorted out here. So you see these little twigs, I don't know, I'm just going to leave them where they are. Coming around. This metallic wire is very good, but it is very thin and it's difficult to grab with your bare hands. So I'm always working with my pliers here. And every time I do these first turns, it winds around my pliers. And then I have to straighten the wire again, which is not very important, I admit. So I'm tying it, but not too tight, because sometimes it is necessary to reposition some of the branches, the little trees here. So I'm going to put a second one right above it, but leave these two guys here out, so that I don't crush them. It will give them a chance to survive and thicken. And maybe I could already leave this one. No, I'm going to leave it out in the next thing. So here I feel that I can push it together. So this is quite an important piece of wire here. So again, and then like so. Push it all together and then twist the wire. Okay, so I'm going to put it a little this way so there is more light. I'm going to leave this one out now. And these are already out, this one out, this one in. So because I want to keep this one in, I have to remove some more little leaves. I'm gonna leave this one out too. This one out, this one in. So this comes off, this stays in, this stays in, this stays in. So removing some leaves here. I have the feeling that this is a video that might get controversial because it is not really very exciting. On the other hand, I see a whole lot of people that start with lots of cuttings and with very thin material, and they are wondering how many time it's going to take before they achieve something. And these fusion bonsai might just be the thing they are looking for, because with very thin and young material it is possible to make something that looks rather nice. I hope. We will see in half an hour. And we'll probably see in summer if all these trees make it. That's the big difference between these bundle fusions and the fusion that you make around a synthetic or wooden trunk. So I'm going to keep these out now, and yeah, I was saying the difference between these bundle fusions and the ones around a trunk. If you put something around a trunk and one of the trees do not make it, well, you have a hole, big gap, and then you need to replace it every time. Which makes the whole thing very slow and tricky, because you need a lot of spares and stuff. And with this technique it's not the case. If you lose a tree or a twig or a cutting, the other will fill the gaps. So I'm going to include this, but get rid of that. So if you're bored of me seeing cutting little things here, just jump to the end of the video and I'll try to give a final result there. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera a little higher. Like so. Okay, this is going to be in the top too, this too, so there's no need to have green here. It's only going to make things very difficult. Okay, I think that's it. So let's climb a little higher with these ones. That one was supposed to be out, or was it that one? Might take two. So this comes in, this comes in, this and this, and then this nut. You see, it's really quite messy and difficult to see what's going on. This little guy is causing me some trouble here. Don't know where it's coming from. Okay, I'm gonna take this one and not that one. Yeah. So I think I have it. So this was a side branch. This one comes in. So yeah, takes time. I think I have it. But one positive thing about this video is that if you think that you are the only one having trouble with projects like that, well, no. It's just the way it is. It's tedious work. It's starting all over, it's cutting off a wire that you thought was good, it's missing a wire like I just did. And of course the fact that it is very cold here is not helping because my fingers are freezing. And I think that after this wire I might just go inside for 10 minutes to warm up and then I'll be back. Okay. Like so. So well, what is obvious, I hope, is that we are getting a trunk here, which is not perfect. You see that this is a reverse taper problem, but by putting some extra little iron wires here I can tighten this and then I will have a trunk. So what I'm going to do now is just every time opening up a little more the structure by cutting some leaves off, like on this one that I intend to keep out in the next bundle, and then I'm going just to continue bundling this tree, and then we will have to do some wiring with aluminum wire. So the complete trunk is now bundled, not quite sufficiently, I think. I might add some little things more here just to make sure that the bundle is well tight. So that's always possible and it is rather important. But as you see now that this has been cleaned out, it's much easier to work and it's much faster, of course. And so the next job is just wiring this tree and this trunk here with copper wires, and then wiring some of the back branches, and that's what I'm going to do next, of course, but I'm going to do that off camera because it's not really interesting to see the wiring. And then I'll come back and we will position the branches. I don't have to wire it all the way to the very ends, because probably I will have to cut some of the things back because they're too long. So I'm going to wire this and I'll be right back then. So this took some time, obviously, and I must say that not every little branch or twig is wired, because, well, there was no use to do that. But now the fun part is that I get to shape this. So I intentionally did not position the branches while I was wiring them, because otherwise there would be not a whole lot to talk about now. So let's just have a look at what it is now. This is the tree. I'll give you a top view if I think of it. So that's not too bad. This is supposed to be the front, and we are now going to open the branches a little. Give them a basic and rough shape. Try to bring some movement in all of this. At the back I'm going to do the same. It will give some depth to the trees. Some parts, of course, are still a little short, some parts are a little too long. And what is too short must grow, and what is too long must be cut off. But in general, I think I have quite a reasonable start here. So, this here. I could probably do something with this. So, and like this. Okay, so now that all the branches are, how should I say, out of the way of the trunk, I'm going to give the trunk a little movement. And by doing that, of course, I'm making the trunk shorter. So I'm not sure that this is a perfect top. Okay, so I'm going to reposition some of these branches now. So, here and here. Okay, so this looks a little too long. This is just a piece of wire. This is too long. Okay. That's not bad. Maybe a little bit too pigeon-breasted here. So Going to bring the top a little more to the front. And I don't think I'm going to use this part here. Same here. Okay. This might be more interesting if it comes this way. I think this is very, very crowded. So just going to do some snippets. I'm not sure that I'm going to need this one. Same here. I'm not sure if I'm going to need that. And if I need it, it should be a little more in the back. Same here. So you see, these are luxury problems when you have too much green. Yeah, like so. Okay, the other side now. This could come a little more this way to fill this gap here. So I'm going to give it a little push to this side. Okay. This here. And just opening this up a little. Not sure that I'm going to need this one. And if I do, I'd rather put him a little higher, and then this one can come a little higher too. So you see, way too much green, way too much branches. This back branch I can make different layers of it, so I'm going to put it up, except for these two, and I'm going to push it back here. So now I have different layers. This one should come flat, but I'm just going to block it under this one, and it's going to stay there for the winter, and probably it will fix itself. So let me see. Yeah, I think I like it. The top is very heavy. I'm not sure that I'm going to need all of this, so maybe just cut back a little and only keep, yeah, that's gonna be okay, this. So let me see in the camera. I noticed that when I look in the camera I have a different view than when I look in real time. I feel I missed something here. So did I miss a branch, or did I just don't have one there? Well, could place this one here, it will help, and of course I can bend the trunk a little more. And it will close the gap, obviously, like so. Let's see what this says. Well, it's not bad, it's not bad. Maybe like so. I would give you a top view of the tree. So this is what it is. You see, it's nicely filled on each side, so that's good. And this concludes this video for today. Well, it's just a question of having some cuttings, small cuttings, little seedlings, and instead of waiting 500 years to have a thick trunk, it's always possible to do something like this. So a quick 360 to end this video. And I'll try to remember to make a before and after pic, just for fun. So I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.